I find the India ratings sector coverage and the specific corporate coverage very helpful.
I think the association with India ratings goes a long way, both for Future Group and for myself. And some of the initiatives that we as an organization and entity are taking right now, like getting into CPs, etc., are kind of supported by India ratings in a long term and a long way.
They bring in a lot of thought process, opinions which are not really off the cuff, which show the amount of work that's been done. This is something that one doesn't see in the traditional credit agency reports that one gets from the markets.
As a part of our investment, we do interact with all rating agencies. So I have a specific comfort with India ratings team. I do interact with your team very frequently.
In course of our business, we interact regularly with all the rating agencies. Recently, we have done a transaction with India ratings, which is landmark in the debt capital market of the country.
In recent times, I would say that the treatment of 81 ratings, which concentrated on the reserves position of the banks, brought in a new idea to the market, and this was done by India ratings.
Well, we found the economic outlook obviously interesting. It gelled a lot with our own perspective on what's happening with India. We also found the sector outlook particularly interesting.
Especially your views on MFI sectors, overall NBFCs, I found them very interesting.
Yeah, so I think, so we are into textile and steel, so basically steel pipe. Cotton being a major raw material, so cotton, I think view of rating agencies really help in terms of predicting what are the availability of cotton and what price movement is going to happen, what has happened in the past and the trend that we can see over the period. So that really helps.
Quite contemporary to start with. I think also many of the beliefs that I had before entering into the session were kind of affirmed.
I found the opinions from many of the analysts here extremely insightful. The detail and the points that were being made made a lot of sense to me. And even those points where I didn't agree, I could see the logic, made me think twice about my own assertions.
So I'm in touch with the banking team regularly. So other than banking team, I get to know so many things about other sectors. So it was very good. This session was very good.
It has been structured very well. Section wise it was taken. So there were a lot of clarifications in each sector. So that was very important because we are going through a lot of turmoils. So it was very important to know a distinct behavioral pattern of each sectors in terms of business potentials and other NPA issues and other regulation issues also. So that was taken very well.
I think the session was really good because it is giving a broad perspective of economy and what's happening in the industry and what are the take on the rating globally and also the impact of various measures that has happened by the government. So I think it is a really good session to have a perspective of what's happening around.
See, today's presentation or today's discussions we had coming from the rigors of our daily workload, we may be knowing the developments or we are abreast with the developments as and when it has happened. But here, sitting through this presentation, we could really recapitulate the events and we had a chance to listen to them and again think over and the long term impacts and how these events which has taken place in the recent past or the policy initiatives would impact the medium to long term future. And I think yes, if we can have it more frequently, like last time I remember we had it a year back, if we can have it let us say on a quarterly or a semi-annual basis, it would be more thought provoking and helpful.
I think one of the things that I like about India Rating is that it's not about where you start on a transactional relationship and close it. It's more about a business development where you try to create new opportunities and provide new insights, which opens up thoughts for us also. And then we could partner it and co-create something which is a win-win proposition, both for a corporate and to the agency.
I think the credit reports and the ability to communicate the key factors.
So I think we have worked with 3 rating agencies, and I think the critical point that I look forward to any rating agency would be the understanding of the business.
The amount of analysis that goes through any of the India rating reports does merit a second look. These reports are something that one cannot dismiss offhand. You get a lot of output in the markets these days. The amount of analysis that goes into an India rating report does make someone notice it again and again actually.
The major point is that for the past few years, regularly they meet us without fail, and they discuss on a lot of issues on the economic parameters and other developments happening around. Now, these have given a lot of good insight to us, and which also creates a good rapport on behalf of our rating agency. So effortlessly they keep on meeting us without fail. So that was which goodwill has been developed and made us to give us the first assignment of securitization through a PTC route, which we got it done through India Ratings.
I think as we touched before, I think India Rating, when I discuss with India Rating, it doesn't come across as a transactional entity which is here for just completing the job of a rating and goes off from there.
One feature that they could understand very well the current scenario of economy and our credit qualities, and how they rate our recent PTC issue.
Timely, analytical, well communicated.
Innovative, insightful, and excellent.
I would say Citas, Altius, Fortius, faster, higher, stronger. That's the motto for Olympics. I mean, I wish the same for India rating.
Improving, timely, proactive.
Rich knowledge in securitization, where they are leading in the world. That experience and in-depth knowledge has benefited in rating our papers.
A rating backed by a deep understanding of the business.
Innovative, forward looking, knowledgeable rating agency.